What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Or welcome if it's your first time here. You know, if you look at the security measures that have been put in place in Washington, D.C. and around the Capitol building after January the 6th, you know, the fencing, the razor wire, and the massive military presence that was put in place and is actually still in place. If you look at that and then compare that to, say, the capital of some third world country that is ruled by some power-hungry dictator who is actually afraid of his people, but he also wants to project his power over those people. He wants to make sure that they know he is in control, he is the authority figure, and he is in power. And if you compare this to that, then it is undeniable the similarities. And if the Democratic Party has their way, it could get actually worse. In fact, they are wanting to spend another $1.9 billion on security. This article popped up a few hours ago in my news feed. It says House passes $1.9 billion in emergency funding to increase security at the Capitol. And it's always emergency funding, and it's always billions and trillions of dollars in emergency funding because everything is an emergency. It says the House of Representatives voted 213 to 212 Thursday to approve a $1.9 billion bill that would increase security at the U.S. Capitol in the aftermath of the deadly January 6th riot. And they emphasize deadly and they emphasize riot. It says the bill gives Capitol Police $43.9 million, $31.1 million of which is meant to go towards backfilling overtime until the department can hire and train more officers, according to the summary statement released by the House Appropriations Committee. So they're going to expand their army, what that boils down to, guys. It says it gives $250 million for Capitol ground security, which may be used for physical infrastructure, including retractable fencing and security sensors. It says the force would also receive $1.3 million for gas mask, tactical vest, body armor, and other equipment. $2.6 million to buy basic riot control equipment for all officers, and $4.4 million for wellness and trauma support. It says the House passed a bill Wednesday establishing a 9/11. The House also passed a bill Wednesday establishing a 9/11 style commission to investigate the riot, though only 35 Republicans voted in favor of the legislation. They don't give the Republicans names of who voted for that legislation. It says Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, Republican of Kentucky, has voiced his opposition to the bill. It says what's next? The security funding legislation now heads to the Senate, where it will need to win 60 votes before being sent to President Biden's desk to be signed into law. So they already know Joe Biden will sign this into law, and of course he will, because he'll sign anything that's put in front of him. Anyone that will change his diaper and wipe his ass, he'll sign a bill for him. And that's pretty much the way it goes, guys, at this point in time right now. But anyway, I told everyone in a video that I posted about 2 to 3 weeks, I think it was, before January 6th, because everyone was talking about what was going to happen. They were going to go up there, they were going to show their support, and they were going to do this, that, or something else. And I told people on my channel, do not go up there. Do not get involved in all that, because for one, it's not going to do any good, and two, there are going to be false flags happen to blame conservatives, to blame people who support the Constitution, who blame anybody that they deem a threat to their political power. I knew it was going to happen. I told people 2 weeks before it happened that's what was going to happen. Now, I didn't know that they were going to invite people into the Capitol building and then say that was an insurrection or a riot. However, I knew there's going to be false flags that was going to be blamed on conservatives and Trump supporters. And I thought at the time that it was going to be, for example, you know, smaller explosions going off in different locations. And then they was going to investigate that, and they were going to find out that it was those radical conservatives, those radical constitutional believing people, those enemies of the state, they like to call the people that don't agree with their political ideology and agenda. And people went anyway. And people got caught up in the moment, and there's footage of people being invited in, being let in, and people went in, and they're going to pay the price for that. However, they're using that, just like I knew they would, to increase spending, to build their power, to put more security with their power structure, and to demonize conservatives. They want to put conservatives in the same category as, you know, Al-Qaeda terrorist or something like that. If you are conservative, if you believe in the Constitution, to the people who are in power now, then you are considered an enemy. You are considered a threat. And they want to make an example out of those people that were at that event, who got caught up in that, and they are going to do that. And they're going to use this to actually put in all kinds of infrastructure, laws and things to actually prosecute and persecute conservatives. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know exactly how it was going to happen, but I knew they were going to use that event to do just what they're doing. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and Creekmore here, and I'll see you guys next video, hopefully.